All right, guys. Today we're gonna be reacting to top 10 German East traditions. Love these. Very short videos. Let's see what's going on here. We're gonna learn more about the Germanic culture. By the way, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Just to let you know, guys, that I came from a huge vacation, spent time with the family, and I was not gonna do any work when it comes down to family. But we are back. Make sure you like to subscribe also for donations, links in the description or super chats. And for more recommendations, go to my Discord, links in the description. Let's jump in.
Ich bin meisterlehnsherr und ihr seht Get Germanized, Top 10 German Easter Traditions. Our first Easter tradition is Gründonnerstag, Green Thursday. Gründonnerstag is the last Thursday before Easter and allegedly also the day of the Last Supper. The last time Jesus and his disciples ate together. With Gründonnerstag, die Drei-Tage-Feier, the 3-day-long celebration of Jesus Christ begins. During this time, Catholics remember the suffering, death and resurrection of Christ. The Grün in Gründonnerstag comes from the Middle High German word for crying, Gronan, and doesn't describe the color green in this case. There are still Christians that only eat green foods on Gründonnerstag.
Really?
Also, eggs that have been
I did not know that. There's Christians that only eat green food? That's new for me.
laid on that day are supposed to bring you luck. Next up, Karfreitag. On Karfreitag, the Friday before Easter, no church bells ring because this was the day when Jesus was crucified. The Kar in Karfreitag comes from the Old High German word Kara, which means lamentation. On this day, religious people over 14 don't eat any meat, and Catholics between 18 and 60 eat only once, since it's
that one's very common. I know about that one.
fasting day. It is traditional for that meal to be a meal of fish. Also, no music is played and no songs are sung in church on Karfreitag. That's why this day is also called Der Stille Freitag, the Silent Friday. Next up, Ostersonntag, Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday is the day that the women found Jesus' empty grave and that many things in Christianity revolve around. In the early morning hours of Ostersonntag, the celebrations of life and the 50-day-long Easter time, die Osterzeit, begins, which ends with Pfingsten, Whitsun. Our next tradition is das Osterlachen, the Easter laughing. Osterlachen is the laughing about death.
Easter laughing? Easter laughing. How in the hell people come up with stuff like this?
Which was overcome by the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The hard and dark days end and a new and happy time begins. That's the reason why the Mass in church during the Osterzeit is supposed to make people laugh a bit. Our next tradition is about a certain bunny man, der Osterhase. The Easter Bunny. You all know he brings the eggs, but where does the Easter Bunny actually come from? The bunny was chosen as a symbol of fertility, as das Fruchtbarkeitssymbol, because they breed quickly and they just seem to fit in perfectly with the idea of spring and rejuvenation. Before the 17th century, it was believed that other animals like der Storch, the stork, or der Fuchs, the fox, brought the eggs. Our next Easter tradition is one of my personal favorites, das.
Man, this goes deep though. This goes deep, a lot of mythologies and stuff like that. This goes deep, because when you think about it now, it doesn't make sense.
Osterfeuer, the Easter fire. Every year, thousands of people all over Germany attend Easter fires. A huge pile of wood is burned as a symbol of light and to drive out evil spirits in the winter.
Hey, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. That's nice.
When I was a kid, we would wrap potatoes in aluminum foil and bake them, or roast marshmallows and sausages over the fire. Our next German Easter tradition is das Osterrad. In the Alpine regions, big wheels of straw set on fire and rolled down hills and mountains during die Osternacht. Sounds pretty badass, huh?
Yeah.
This is supposed to secure a rich harvest.
You're gonna burn out the entire forest, man, right? If you... Oh my god.
During the year, for whatever reason. Big flaming wheels rolling down a hill equals food, right? Our next tradition is gesegnete Ostereier, blessed Easter eggs. The long fasting period before Easter ends with this tradition. Plain and hard-boiled eggs were eaten together with round flatbread and butter in church to break the fast. Nowadays, parents often hide the colorful eggs in the garden so that their kids can go on an Easter egg hunt. Which leads us to the next tradition, nach Ostereiern suchen, to search for Easter eggs. In many cases, not only colorful eggs are hidden by the parents, but also chocolate, candy,
Yeah.
and sometimes little gifts. In my family, we went to look for eggs and all that good stuff first before we sat down and had breakfast together. By the way, breakfast comes from breaking the fast, as you probably already know. In German, breakfast means
No, not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know that. I can guarantee you, a lot of people don't know that. Especially when you speak English, breakfast. It's not breakfast. You don't say breakfast. And in Spanish, it's desayuno. Ayuno means fasting. Desa, you're cutting, or the opposite.
Frühstück, which literally translates to the early peas. Peas as in one piece of gold. Our next tradition is for carnivores. Das Osterlamm, the Easter lamb. Eating lamb on Easter is a tradition that derives from the Jewish Passover traditions. As you probably know, the Bible says that back then in ancient Egypt, the Jewish people used lamb's blood to draw a red cross on their doors as a symbol of protection against the 10th plague, the death of the firstborn children. That's it for the video, guys. I'm not
Jewish people doing the cross? I don't know about that one, because they don't believe in Jesus. Let me know if I'm wrong.
now gonna distribute some eggs. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up, einen Daumen hoch, and subscribe to the channel to learn about the German language and culture on a regular basis. Also have a look at all these little networks you can see down there, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff you can see down there. You can click on some of it.
Hey, shout out to the guy, man. He did a good job there, man. Just give a little, like there. Let's just read the first comment. A wheel on fire. A wheel on fire. That is just badass. Though I think remember seeing this happen a few times back home in the southern states during the certain events. Especially big bonfires that again and excuses to have a huge fire and cook what's good enough. Defiantly and having a fridge fry. Hey! I think he's right though. I think give me 1 second. There you go. I think he's right, bro. I think he's completely right. Anyone else get this linked for school? Also, there's people. Actually, there are people. So I guess there's people here letting students watch this for the school. Okay, that's interesting. Well, overall, I think that was a good summary of what the German tradition has to offer during the Easter days. Easter traditions, even though they're very well known around the world. I didn't know there was so many. There are quite a few. So it'll be more interesting to know what's the origin of each one. That's another rabbit hole that you can go. How each one just came up to be. Interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. I will see you in the next one.